Peace to you and yours, brother. Blue Pill reporting live and direct. We are here in Harlem, USA. To my right and my left, I'm here with my brothers, Herman Small and brother Sankofa. Okay? We are going to be here on from now, recognized and understood and respected at the Conscious God Body Fitness Squad. So in this particular segment, this is what we want to talk about as we're closing out summer. And so many people have arduously spent days and weeks and months of this summer trying to get right for the summer. But a lot of them jump in during the summer to get right for the summer, not understanding that this is a process. Bodybuilding is just that. It's a building process. You know what I'm saying? It takes the body 210 days for it to flip its cells around to renew itself. You know what I'm saying? So we're talking about getting people started actually in the fall to get your summer body right for 2017. You know what I'm saying?
In the fall, it's time to rise up if you haven't already. That's right.
We don't fall down in the fall. No, people normally, you know what I'm saying, they hang their gloves up and they think because the sun is tucked away that, you know, they could put these oversized clothes on and they don't have to get with the regimented aspects of discipline and fitness. But we understand, based on what's going on to our people in the streets as melanated people, based on what we're seeing, we know that we have to be ready at all times. So the way that you get ready is you train at all times, all right? You train for the military. Every day you put yourself through something arduous. You find your threshold and you break through it every single day. So in summer or spring or whatever time comes and you want to show, you know what I'm saying, your posterior, your muscles and everything, that's going to be a secondary reflex for you. Because first and foremost, you're waking up daily feeling wonderful, and that's what matters most. You got to live in this body. You know what I'm saying? When you get out that shower and you look at yourself, you got to see yourself first. You feel me? So it's about what it is that you are willing to do for you, not only for the whole aspect of showing the world the work that you've put in on your body, and you want to let that melanin shine, but it's also knowing at all times that you could be ready, right? You know what I'm saying? Because it's real out here. Got to be able to handle your business at all times. You feel me? So these gentlemen, my brother King Simon as well, are people who are committed not only to fitness, but also readiness. You know what I'm saying? I walked out of New York City. This brother showed me the route of how to escape New York City in times of crisis. You know what I mean? So what does that make me? A little bit more confident. If something was to happen, I wouldn't panic because I know the routes. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Herman as well. So fitness is that as well. We get a challenge. We're going to laugh. It's a Scooby snack. Because you like, I'm going to get straight to it. Because why? I have already trained myself to enjoy pain. Eat that shit. Love it.
Right.
And that's where we got to get our people past the place where pain is going to break you down and make you be like, nah, not today. I don't think I got it. Now, we not at that place. We don't have, you know what I'm saying? We don't have the, what do you call it? We don't have that. First of all, we don't have the luxury. You shouldn't have it in your makeup to begin with, but we don't have the luxury of throwing our towel in and quitting.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
We don't have the luxury of saying, I need to take a break and I'm a little bit tired. No.
Yes.
You're going to have to go hard like this is Hell Week. You're going to have to go hard like you training for the fucking SEALs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what it's going to take for you to become the new you.
Right.
You feel me?
And just to chime in on the God body concept, you're going to be able to come here and get knowledge, information related to form, technique, proper nutrition, because it's all part of the picture. Now, some things I want to kind of, you know, get a little clear. The term diet, I know it's very popular and people use it, but ultimately this has to be a lifestyle change. And I know Brother Pill mentioned getting ready for, 2017. It's good to be goal-oriented, a season, you're getting married, a reunion, but again, it needs to be a lifestyle. Yes. You need to be doing these things. As long as you're breathing, you need to have an exercise program. As long as you living, you need to be eating correctly. And then lastly, before I pass it back to Pill or one of the other dynamic dynamic brothers we have here. No pain, no gain. Ooh. Wonderful play on words, but it can get a lot of folks in trouble. Pain is the body's language. Like, unfortunately, we're speaking English and oppressor's language, but we're communicating with it. Pain is how the body communicates. Now, there is a good pain. A full burn, when you feel a whole muscle, that kind of tightness, that kind of burn, that is what we're referring to. That's a good pain. Now, sharp, shooting, sudden pains, those are no-nos. That generally means you're working either with too much weight, you were pushing yourself beyond your capacity. There were things that led to your body communicating to you, no, you did something wrong. You either got to rest me or go get it checked. You might have injured something. So you're going to get inside knowledge about the weight game, the calisthenic game. We're going to be throwing information and knowledge from brothers from the conscious community. Yeah, we be hitting the books and we be trying to stay up on our scholarship, but we be working these bodies too. These are our temples. So, and I think I don't know if I'm the oldest brother here. I'm 52. You got a year or two on me?
Next year.
Okay, I am the oldest brother. Okay, all these youngsters up in here. But I'm going to be dropping wisdom for our old heads. Because just because the calendar says something, you know, we have to get older, but you ain't got to get old. You got to maintain yourself. There's no reason you should be giving up on your body's full capacity just because you're at a certain age. So I'm going to be dropping it from that perspective. But who else is building?
Want to thank Baba TV for allowing us. Big up to Sankofa, of course, the Blue Pill, and of course Herman, who's been our inspiration in this disaster preparedness stuff.
Thank you.
And in disaster preparedness, I'm talking to older people, much older people. If you can't do the vigorous workout, get into Tai Chi, Qigong. Get into internal arts.
Yes.
And I got to, because when it comes to disaster preparedness, you got to be able, from 8 to 88, you got to be able to mitigate, navigate, and get out of the city, even in a wheelchair. So when we teach disaster preparedness, Eitan, one of my instructors, always say we have a 3 max help program, that we have to be able to keep firm, keep strong, and even be able to help elderly people if we have to. He told me about an incident doing Sandy that he had to pick up a 90-something-year-old woman and carry her upstairs. Now, if you can't do that, and then Young Boys was there, she asked them like 3 times, and they would not do it. In Coney Island. And he had to pick her up. He picked her up with his folding bike and carried it all the way upstairs to the floor that she had to go on. But that's love for our people. Exactly. That's respect for yourself, your body, and because you love yourself, you're going to love the grandmother that you don't even love, and help them up. So it's very important that you listen to what these brothers going to say in the next few weeks. Myself, I'll be putting it out there. I got a disaster preparedness program coming up at the UAM, absolutely free, at the church. That's the Brooklyn Christian Center. That's 1061 Atlantic Avenue between Classen and Franklin, and it's going to be on September the 28th. That's a Wednesday, 6 o'clock, free. Come on out and learn the basics of disaster, but health is first, and you have to have a healthy mind in order to keep this body fit and tight. Thank y'all, brothers, man, all the time. My man, thank Kofa.
And you got to give it up to my man, King Simon. And I want to thank you for conveying the information to the people about the preparedness course that you're having, because a lot of our people are unprepared. Even some people who are endeavoring fitness, a personal fitness level of strength and developing a physique and all that. A lot of them don't know what to do. So you can be physically fit, but what about preparedness? You know what I mean? You got to know what to do with that physical fitness and all that energy and that boosted level of testosterone. How do you save a life? You know what I'm saying? How do you prevent something from happening that you could do, but if you not had the right skill level of knowledge of what to do, how to execute it, you'll be big for nothing, as they say. And we don't want to be that. So definitely,
it's a good book, Eitan's book.
Wow.
I tell you, I look at it. It's Eitan's book, Preparedness Now. He has a new book coming out. I won't tell the name, but that one is going to be directed to black folks. This one is the in general one, but I'm telling you, they call him for MSNBC and all these different channels because they know that brother knows his stuff. So I'm telling you, y'all can go to Red Cross. I do tell people to go get themselves certified because credentials are needed during the disasters. If you want to be able to move through communities, have your IDs. Watch movies like I Am Legend. If he didn't prove himself to be a colonel, his wife would have been stuck there. He had to prove, so credentials is important. I am Colonel such and such and such and such. Check my wife again. He had to prove himself, and that's what it's all about. So thank y'all, brother.
Right quick. And then in order to get those credentials, there's a process. There's a prerequisite in which someone, I am timing, in which a person must undergo in order to be able to have or be awarded, okay, the position or the credential that one has, okay? Same thing goes, because everything correlates in life. When you want to get physically fit, it first starts with the proper information. I like what the gods and earth say, the 5 P's. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. So proper preparation, okay, is predicated upon the right information and the application of it, okay? When you're wanting to get in shape, you got to understand that everything is a process. Everything is developmental. You want to know about the reflex nerve muscle system. The body is chemical, electrical, and mechanical. How things work. What is exerting too much? Pain is the body's way of communicating. There is a good pain, a burn that you get when your body's releasing them endorphins, which are good hormones that make you feel elated, make you feel good, that reduces stress, and increases confidence. These are things that the body naturally produces. But we also want to know how to properly undergo a training without having to incur a certain kind of damage or injury, which could either set us back or end any of endeavors that we do have to try to get physically fit. Right. So, you know, caution and proper training and proper preparation preventing poor performance definitely matters. Knowing about what supplements to put in the body. The body needs nutrients. Okay, there's the book I had to dig up. I haven't read this in a while. African Holistic Health. You know, I got a lot of books. This is old. You can tell it's been through work. It got staples. It got duct tape on it. I put it through some work, but it's been a while. And, you know, over the years studying, going through other things and reading on other things, I had to dig back into this book and bring it up, because here it is. I'm endeavoring on trying to evolve myself and reinvent myself and revamp myself. I said, well, I'm not a vegan, but how do I be a health-conscious fish eater and chicken eater? You know what I'm saying? And how to really put things in perspective and formulate, okay, a kind of workout routine and diet plan that is going to work and be conducive with my best interests as far as health. There's a lot in this book. You know, we got to learn about supplements, lithium, things that help with brain functionality, chromium, things that help to break down sugars and proteins in the body so you can get a proper breakdown. Because remember, working out is good, but it's 70% diet, right? 70% diet and rest is what it is, okay? So working out and working out properly is what we have to consider, but also knowing about the right nutrients and supplements, food combining, how much food should we eat, how many grams of protein should the body take because of your body mass index, how much carbohydrates, what are complex carbs, what are saturated carbs that we don't need. We have to know these things, and it's part of the process of really developing into your greatest potential.
Yeah. The brother hit on some key points. You know, people are asking, well, what are we going to be doing to honor the legacy of Sebi? My thing is this. Once you're taught how to electrify your body, then what? Once you got a body full of electric potential, then how are you going to exert it? So this is where these particular disciplines come in, you know, and we're going to have to tackle, like the brother said, lifestyle, not so much the diet, but the lifestyle, you know what I mean? The brother said it's 70%, you know what I mean? So we're going to have to hone in. We're going to have to figure out, is it specific to blood types? Is one general diagnosis the same for all people and all things? No. Let's get into this. You know what I'm saying? For my brothers that still indulge in the flesh and what have you, this is not excluding you either. We're going to be talking to you, but we're not going to be talking at you. We're not going to be talking crazy. We're just going to be introducing some things that you can implement into your daily routine or your regimen or your lifestyle that could give you a little bit more energy and electricity. You know what I mean? And we're going to really see what this electricity is hitting for. So I just want to do a real quick demo, just also to go into like what I was talking about with pain. It's certain punk shit that we got to get past when it pertains to pain. And there's real pain, like you said, the body indicates when it's time to stop because it's going through too much stress. But it's other stuff that we might feel uncomfortable about, that's just a level of uncomfortability, and we got to get past that. We can't let that be the thing that stops us, like, oh, my arms hurt, or, you know, this particular part of my leg is hurting, or my knuckles is bleeding. Like, you know.
Let me say this, just to add to what he said, once again about pain. There's a wise saying that goes like this. Pain, all pain is weakness leaving the body. That's right. So when you're feeling that pain, when you're doing them reps, when you're doing them contractions, when you're going into muscle failure, what that is pain, is weakness actually leaving the body. Because you notice as you start to train the body and develop your level of testosterone, your strength, you go into the gamma rays, that's a whole deep science, you go into the bodies, you increase your strength and your ability. You know what I'm saying? And your testosterone level is just off the chain then. You'll notice that you're doing a lot more repetitions with a lot less effort than you was before, because that level of weakness have left the body. Okay, stretching and pulling and pushing and contracting and going into muscle failure and resting and dieting. When you come back, you see how much level of strength that you're on. You realize that is saying is not just a saying, it's a fact.
And also, for some of us, some of our people, they are dealing with stuff that's burning them up inside. They don't have any outlet about how to deal with it, such as, you know, some of this information. You feel me? It just has people incensed. They just burning like, damn, I feel, and it's an energy, you know what I'm saying? And it consumes, it can't consume you if you don't channel it. So this particular routine that I'm showing you, you could picture your adversary on the other side of that, and you're putting your knuckles on him. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna do a demo. I'm gonna show him a little something. Real
now,
quick.
do you have enough space to cover his whole demo? Are you going to squat? You're going to gonna say so. Okay. Okay. Now he's going to do some knuckle push-ups, and we haven't said this yet. Any advice we're giving is not to preempt or to in any way overlook medical advice. Don't try to attempt anything you see if you haven't had a checkup, if you haven't had a clearance from any of your healthcare provider. We're just giving this for knowledge base, not to specifically inspire anyone to duplicate anything they see today.
And like I said, I'm doing this to show you how to get past the pain. It might be something that you know is physically debilitating, but I'm going into the mind, all right? Because what we're talking about working out as well, this is one of the most fortified ways to strengthen the mind, because this is all mental. Your mind is the thing that's going to be able to push you when your body can't go no more. So this is the best way for you to get in contact with your higher form and your higher self.
Exactly. Again, and before doing any exercise, always warm up. Make sure your body is properly heated. Now, he's positioning himself on his knuckles. Look at the form, look at the technique. And he's beginning 1, 2, got a rhythm, 3, 4, 5, 6, good pace, 7, 8, 9, see the rhythm, 10, 11, the full dip, 12, 13, he's working pectoral, 14, deltoid, tricep. He's hitting a little bicep. His forearms are getting work. This is a great upper body calisthenic exercise. Now he's going closer grip. This is considered a diamond push-up. What happens now is you start hitting the inner pectoral. If you want that deep concave in the center of the chest, these are the ones you would most likely subscribe to, hitting diamond. Now he did them immediately after the standard knuckle push-ups. Now that burn we was talking about earlier is actually lactic acid building up in the muscles. All right, and any comments you want to give him after the burn?
Let him check his breath.
It was a beautiful burn, like I said, and that's key what the brother said. I'm actually breathing while I'm doing this, so.
Control. Now you see,
Yes, indeed.
Is he out of breath?
I'm not out of breath, bro.
He just did a whole
Indeed, God.
routine.
Peace.
As always, anytime. Peace.
Thank y'all very much. Baba TV, thank you. CMOS is also good for disasters. Sabian mind.
Yes, indeed.
Without question. Peace.
Not only am I with breath, I'm energized.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because as I'm pulling in breath, like I said, there's a whole visualization technique that I'm also incorporating that's giving me energy, it's infusing me. So this is what we recommend for the family, for them to come out, learn these techniques, learn the form, so you can perfect your regimen, your workout.
Demo, you gonna do a demo too, or?
I can do a little something.
Okay, we got the second demo. And again, this is for information based. So if you have not had a clearance from your doctor, don't attempt to do anything you see. But if you're already, want to step your game up a little and you see something that could be comfortable, now you want to tell us what we're going to do first?
I'm just going to do a couple of burpees.
Okay.
Burpees is one of my favorite workouts. Mm-hmm. The reason why, because it's very intense. It burns a lot of calories.
Exactly.
And it works a whole bunch of muscles at once.
Yes.
You're working the upper body, you're working the lower body synergistically, you're
Yes.
working the abs, you're working the shoulders,
Yeah.
and you're working the cardio. That heart is very important. You
Yes.
got to work that cardio.
Yeah.
What's the point of being in shape when you can't even run to the corner
Very
without collapsing or having some kind of adverse effect?
Very true.
So,
So,
I'm gonna show you what we
again,
need to
a
work.
burpee is a full body workout, cardio. It takes coordination and timing. So you're going to do 5, 10, how many? How many you want? Okay, he's going to just get into a rhythm. And go. 1, 2, 3. And you see the jump at the end of it. 4, that's explosive muscles in the thighs. 5, and going to the floor, he's working the chest. 6, the deltoid, just like with a regular push-up. 7, but coming back up vertically. 8, and then lifting. 9, he's getting at least 6 to 8 inches off the ground. 10, so again, this is pushing the heart rate, pushing the cardio, and look at his form. I wasn't counting. That was at least 8, 9, 10. And again, not out of breath.
I'm a little bit out of breath.
Yeah, a little bit.
That's how you know you was
Give
working.
the mic back. Okay, yeah. Hey, peace, my man. Peace. How you doing? Black Power.
Burpees is real in terms of cardio wise, you know, so the brother is definitely going to have to gather his breath, but being out of breath is not a bad thing because we're working cardio. So you want to be able to engage your whole breathing faculty or what have you. But did you see the form?
Proper, I'm a little winded, but proper breathing technique is very important.
Yeah.
It's called controlled breathing, in through the nose, out through the mouth, and you time it. Because if not, you're going to put too much stress on your heart, and it's going to have an adverse effect on you. You want to get the proper amount of oxygen to the brain and to the muscles. All right? So form and proper breathing is very important.
Yes.
Technique.
I'm going to do a demo, so somebody's going to hold the mic, but I'm explaining it first. Now, I'm going to do a squat. Now, a lot of people have heard about a squat. A lot of people think they know what a squat is and know how to do a squat. So I'm going to break down the fundamentals, because if you want to build your legs, the squat is essential. You have to have that in your routine. Now, I said squat, but there are actually variations. Just like with the push-ups, you determine the stress you put on your chest by the width of your hands. With the squats, the width of the shoulders is how you determine where you're going to put the stress on the thighs. What I teach first is a shoulder width squat, which simply, as the name would suggest, 1 foot under each shoulder. Are you able to pick up the feet at all, or are you still doing waist up? Okay, 1 foot, I'll do it facing you. 1 foot under each shoulder, coming back up top. Once you have the feet aligned, the key about doing a squat correctly is keeping your heels flat. A lot of people go to the gyms and the heels are coming up, and they're doing a squat technically, but they're putting all the stress right on their knees. If you do a squat correctly, the heels never leave the ground. You bend until your thighs go to a 90% position, and your toes never pass your knees. Knees and toes stay in alignment. So right to there, you get the work in the thighs and the glutes, keeping the shoulders back, and you stand right out of it. So again, going down slow and controlled. The buttocks goes down, the knees stay behind the toes, the shoulders are up. You get the work for the glute, the thighs, and you explode out of the movement. Now, you can do that with a bar on your shoulder. You can do that holding dumbbells, or you can do that just with your own body weight. And that's what I would suggest at first. Please do not lift the heels, because if you lift the heels when you do the squats, you're really running into major knee problems in a matter of months and years, depending upon how much weight you're carrying while you do it. And lastly, keep the chest up, squatting back, chest is back, so that you don't go forward and stress the lower back. So again, at God Body, you're going to get the detailed knowledge, so you go in the gym and you get fit and don't hurt yourself. That's what we're going to be bringing to you.
Indeed. You know, you heard it here first, and what the brother's talking about is the foundational aspects of this fitness routine. We got to put the main emphasis on the feet, the foot, the leg, you know what I'm saying, the foundation, form, right? 10 toes on the floor, like this is where it starts. So the squats are important. The burpees afterwards, the push-ups, definitely, you know, but there are a bunch of routines. There's a million different ways to work out a million different muscles. But we're going to deal with the standard education that our family needs to really be explosive, you know what I'm saying, to really get into their fitness, to really, you know what I'm saying, step into that new you, that new self that we're looking for. So you don't got to be scrambling when New Year's come around and shit like that. And you ain't got to be scrambling at the first sign of warm weather. We're going to make it a lifestyle, all right?
Without question.
And two, know that when you get into this, like how we emphasized a couple of times, that is a lifestyle change. A diet is only a part of the lifestyle change. In order for it to be a lifestyle change, a thought is the blueprint of everything that takes place in the physical. So the mind state has to change. Therefore, discipline is at the root of all of this. You must have learned to develop some level of discipline. Now, discipline starts, you're not going to just be the most disciplined person, but it's done synergistically as you incorporate certain routines with the basic instructions that you're given, not just from us, but from wherever source that you're getting the information from. You want to start off on a basic level. There's not a one-size-fits-all workout type of routine. You might realize that with your body mass index, your form, the weight that you are, the build that you are, that you develop faster doing certain other kind of routines a certain kind of different way, but you want to get the basic fundamentals, okay, to avoid injury or to avoid any other kind of adverse effect on you physiologically. Once you start to do that, you start to incorporate other routines. You want to not do the same thing over and over. Like me, I do 1,000 push-ups or more with my push-up. I have to do that because I've trained myself into doing so many push-ups that to do 500 push-ups is not going to really do nothing for me. Your body requires more. The more force that you put on it, you have to cross that threshold and take it to a higher plateau. The body can do some amazing things. Our minds, let me say this first, has the ability to make the body, to push the body to do some amazing things. Now that's what we want to help you to tap into. It's not getting fit for vanity, just to look good, but it's to look good, to feel good, to be confident, to be prepared, to do good, and to avoid sickness. The sickness is one of the sickness and illness, okay, is diabetes, prostate cancer, breast cancer, you name it, is one of the biggest plagues in our community, the health crisis. Right. So not only are we bringing information to the community to break shackles on the mind, we also want to bring pertinent information to break the physiological shackles on our bodies. Because you have a lot of people who are very conscious, who know about the Metu Neter, who know about the history, who know about Africa, who know about contemporary events that are taking place and can put things in very eloquent, proper context. But then their bad battle might be physical. They may be dealing with obesity, or they may just want to get fit. Maybe they feel fatigued a lot. They're not getting the right amount of iron and nutrients and proteins from the right sources either, okay? So what we want to do is incorporate this as a lifestyle. And when the lifestyle change, everything around you changes in time and in the process. You feel better, you look better, you do better, you grow better, and more importantly, you inspire others to do the same.
And also, and let me say this. There are a number of activities that will deliver health and fitness. Whatever activity you already either have a relationship with, or pick an activity that fits your personality. Some of you are very competitive, have a very kind of explosive energy. Martial arts might be where you want to channel that, because that gives you the kind of contact where you can release that direct explosive energy. Some of you have a more collective socialized energy. You may want to get into classes. Some of you like solitude. You might want to jog. You might want to cycle. You might want to find an activity that you do on your time by yourself. So whatever fits you mentally and that your body will take to, continue to do. And one of the last points before I pass it on is you want your body to serve you in 3 major ways. Whatever that activity is, you want it to enhance you strength-wise, cardiovascular, and flexibility. Flexibility, strength, and cardiovascular capacity. If that activity is giving you things in those 3 areas, that's a good activity. Lastly, some people go to one, they get stronger, they don't stretch, they can barely run a block and they're out of breath. Some guys, all they do is weights and they lose all of their range of motion. Not a good look. You can be as flexible as a gymnast, a dancer. But if you come and confronted with something where you need a certain amount of strength in a particular moment, like Brother Simon said earlier, carrying someone else who is not able or ill, do you have that? And the flexibility specific activities don't always build strength. And lastly, cardiovascular. Your cardio is what's going to keep you in the game. Your lungs are your life. So if you're not doing something that's getting that heart rate up, that you aren't able to go a certain length of time without fatiguing, again, you may be working on a program that's not delivering the 3 essentials: strength, flexibility, and endurance.
Yeah. I'm honored to be amongst these brothers, to learn this information. I'm honored for our brother Baba TV to have this platform where we're able to communicate this information. You know, we can't pan around, but there are people that are standing around observing and soaking up this information.
Right. I will be standing.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. and engaging in the info in real time. You know, so this is what we're putting on for the camera in terms of the viewing audience out there. We want you to get this as well. The brother just explained to you there's so many dynamics that go into what it is that we're talking about in regards to a God body fitness, God body building workout. You know what I'm saying? We have to actually strike the perfect balance. All right? And the way that you strike that perfect balance is with direction, is with people that are experts in a particular field showing you the way and giving you this information and staying on top of things. So we're going to be doing live demos as well. We're going to be out here in Marcus Garvey Park in 2 weekends from now. You know, I think Saturday might be probably extreme for people. Sunday's probably a little bit better. You know what I mean? So I think we should probably aim for a Sunday morning to get out here. If it changes and it's Saturday, I'll get back on the camera, let you know. Shout out to my brother Tosh, providing a platform where we can get this God Body Fitness regimen underway. This is essential. We're not doing this for likes. We're not doing this to say that we got X amount of views on YouTube. We're doing it for our lives and to better your life as well. You know what I'm saying? And honor, this is what we could do for our elders that have been making exits as of lately. You know how we're going to preserve this information? We're going to put it in the hands of the people. You know what I'm saying? We're going to put it in the hands of the people. We're going to physically make people better. We've been doing it mentally. Now it's time to start changing these bodies up.
And I want to add on to what the brother said in closing. We don't do this for likes. No, we don't do this for likes. We do this for love. We do it for the love of ourselves, and we do it for the love of the people. Okay? So this is a labor of love. When we come out here and teach, when we share with you information that we've acquired, that we've dissected, and that we've applied and seen that it works for the people, for the betterment of the people, it is for love, not for likes. So in closing, I want to say peace and black power. Do a push-up and pick a book up. Black power.
And a close, you can close this. Lastly, I had to say this as a closing thing. If you're seeking out an expert to work with, make sure you choose someone through some kind of a vetting process. Don't get me wrong, there are great people in this profession. Sometimes certifications are a good place to start. There are some basic ones. There are certifications from ACE. There's American College of Sports Medicine. There's AFA. There's maybe about half a dozen that's been around for 20, 25 years, 30. American College of Sports Medicine has been around for 40. I hold one of their highest certifications. But guess what? I've been in this industry 30 years. I've seen guys with all the certifications that couldn't train themselves out of paper bag. So, and then I've seen brothers that ain't crack a single certification, but they intuitively know how to tap into people's desire and motivate. And they learned about the body through observation. So there's some of that stuff you can't give a license to because there's no way to measure it. But either way, choose that instructor, male, female, based on how you feel their energy can guide you. Also, speak to who they've worked with.
Right.
You know, they should have fruits of their labor. So say, hey, I'm looking for weight loss. How many people you've helped with weight loss? Who? Joe, Peter, Paul. Okay, call them all. Find out what their experience has. Because if you turn your health care related to fitness over to someone, make sure you have some kind of vetting, or even contact us. You know, we know some solid folks in these fields. So if you need a trainer, martial artist, yoga instructor, self-defense, let us know. We'll try to connect the dots. Because again, that goes back to commerce. You know, we're channeling people who need help to brothers and sisters who are able to provide it. Now I'll let y'all just close it out or just say peace.
Again, once again,
love,
family, Black Power, one
And
fist.
thank you, Baba,
know what I'm saying?
Baba, for giving us
Five fingers
your
form that
platform.
one fist. So we're united on this particular front. We are not leaving out the women or the babies. You could bring them as well. You know what I'm saying? So this is for the family. Let's get to it. Peace, love, and light.
Peace.
Peace. Black power.